If you're trying to decide between Daly City and South San Francisco, you're probably getting a lot of different answers. And here's the thing, both are genuinely good options, but they're not the same. And which one fits you? That actually depends on a few things most people don't think to compare. Daly City and South San Francisco sit right next to each other on the peninsula. Both are in San Mateo County. Both are considerably more affordable than San Francisco, which is right next door. But once you spend time in each one, you start to notice the differences pretty quickly. One is quieter, more residential, more fog. The other has more commercial activity, more visibility, and a feel that's a little closer to the mid-peninsula. Neither is better. They just tend to fit different types of people. This is where most people realize the comparison isn't really about price. Let's start with commute, because for a lot of people on the peninsula, this is the first filter. Daly City is the last BART stop before San Francisco. So if you're commuting into the city regularly, Daly City actually puts you in a strong position. You don't need to deal with parking in SF. You don't need to drive. South San Francisco is further down the peninsula. BART reaches Millbrae and beyond, but you're not getting off at the Daly City station. For tech workers commuting down to South Bay hubs, Caltrain access from South San Francisco, and the broader mid-peninsula tends to work better. The 101 corridor is also right there, if you're driving. Daly City is better positioned for San Francisco. South San Francisco is better positioned for the peninsula south of it. It's a small geographic difference, but over 5 years of a commute, it matters. This is where the two cities start to feel meaningfully different. Daly City has a distinct personality. It's dense, it's diverse. One of the most Filipino-American communities in the country. The food reflects that. The culture reflects that. There are neighborhoods within Daly City that have a really strong community identity. Places like Westlake, Serramonte, the hills near Crocker. It's also foggier. The fog rolls in from the coast and it can be persistent. Some people love that. It keeps things cooler. It has a certain quiet to it. Other people find it a little heavy after a while. South San Francisco has a different kind of energy. The downtown area along Grand Avenue has more going on. Local restaurants, cafes, a small town commercial strip that's been getting more attention over the past few years. And the biotech corridor along the 101 has changed the economic profile of the city. There are more newer residents, more transplants, a bit more turnover in the housing market. One city has deeper roots. The other has a little more momentum right now. Neither is better, but they give you a different daily experience. And that's worth being honest about. In terms of housing stock, both cities have a mix of single-family homes, townhomes, and condos. But there are some differences in what you'll typically find. Daly City has a lot of the classic peninsula row homes, the stucco bungalows, the multi-gen layouts that have been passed down through families. A lot of these homes are on smaller lots with attached garages. They're functional. They're not always flashy, but they're solid. And because many of these homes haven't been fully updated, there's more opportunity if you're willing to put work in. South San Francisco has more mixed product. You'll find older single-family homes in the hillside neighborhoods, some with really good bay views, and you'll also find a larger supply of newer construction, condos, townhomes, and attached units closer to the freeway. The newer product tends to appeal to buyers who want move-in ready, but it usually means a higher price per square foot. And honestly, this is usually where the decision starts to clarify. On pricing, Daly City tends to run slightly lower overall, especially for detached homes. South San Francisco can go higher depending on the neighborhood and property type, particularly for newer or turnkey product. But both markets are competitive. Neither is a deal city. You're still in the Bay Area. So here's the real question. Not which city is better, but which one fits your situation. Daly City tends to be a better fit if you're commuting into San Francisco regularly. You want more home for your money, and you're okay with some updates. You prefer a quieter residential feel, or you have family roots in the area, or want to be close to a community that's been here a long time. South San Francisco tends to fit better if you're working in the Peninsula Biotech or Tech Corridor. You want a little more dining and walkability. You prefer newer construction or low maintenance living, or you're looking for a home with some upside in a city that's showing signs of growth. There's also a version of this where neither city is the answer, and San Bruno ends up being the better fit. More on that in a separate video. But for most people choosing between these two, the deciding factor usually comes down to one of three things: commute direction, housing preference, or lifestyle feel. Not price, not just numbers, the day-to-day. Most people who move here and feel settled, they made the decision based on feel, not just the spreadsheet. Both cities are real places where real people have built their lives. That's not a sales line, it's just true. Daly City has been underestimated for a long time, partly because of the fog, partly because of proximity to SF, partly because it gets lumped in as a fallback option. But for the right buyer, it's a genuine choice, not a compromise. South San Francisco is in a different phase. There's more investment happening, more visibility. It's attracting a newer wave of buyers who want proximity to the peninsula without the Redwood City or Burlingame price point. If you're somewhere in the middle of this decision right now, still trying to figure out which one actually makes sense for your situation, that's exactly the kind of conversation I do all the time. It's not complicated once you start laying out the specifics. It just takes someone who knows both cities and isn't going to push you toward a particular answer. If that's helpful, or if you want to get into more detail about what's actually available in either city right now, I'm happy to walk through it with you. You can call or text me at 650-200-4715, or connect with me using any of the links in the video description below. No pressure, just a conversation.